Right. So good morning to one and all. So last class we were spoken about governor. What is governor? How governor is working? What is the principle of governor? So what is the importance of governor in automobile? So this is the diagram. Last class also I taken through this diagram. The diagram which is indicating that governor. So governor is connected between the engine and fuel supply. So you can see here. So this is the shaft which is coming from engine, and this is the area where the fuel supply is taking place. So with respect to working of the governor, the fuel supply is taking place. So the governor main function is to provide the mean speed and provide the mean fuel consumption, right? So mean fuel consumption. For that purpose only the governor is using an automobile. When the load is increases, the fuel consumption is also mean. When the load is less, when the no load on the vehicle, the fuel consumption is also mean. So with respect to the centrifugal force on the governor, the centrifugal force is created or done by fly balls. So from that centrifugal force only the sleeve will take up and down movement between the S and S, so that the bell crank lever will be operated on this. So with respect to that, the throttle valve open and close. So based on that only the fuel consumption is moving from fuel supply. Right. This working principle we taken in the last class. This is also one. So this also I taken through that. Once again I'll take you this. Here you can see that the ball and the sleeve raises when the spindle speed is increases. So when the spindle speed is increases, the centrifugal force of the balls will be raised up. So what will happen when the spindle speed is increases and falls, raise and falls, spindle speed increases and falls when the speed is decreases. In order to limit the travel of the sleeve in upward and downward directions, two stops may be there. This one is the one stop yes, and this one is the one stop yes. So last diagram also I shown you that. The sleeve is connected to the bell crank lever to the throttle valve. So it is connected to the throttle valve, bell crank through the bell crank lever throttle valve. The supply of the working fuel is decreases when the sleeve rises and increases when it falls. Right. Next, next coming into this, when the load, see the important statement here. When the load on the engine is increases, the engine and the governor speed is decreases. Load increase కొద్ది ఏమవుతుంది, engine speed అనేది తగ్గుతుంది. So what will happen when the engine speed is decreases? This results the decreases of the centrifugal force on the balls. When the load is increases on the engine, then automatically the centrifugal force would not be developed more. So at that time the balls will get down. Balls are get down. Hence the balls move inward and the sleeve moves upward. So balls will get because the balls are not to producing sufficient centrifugal force at that time. The balls will go that inward direction and the sleeves move downward direction. Sleeve is nothing but last class I shown you that no sleeve, that is the sleeve is moved downward direction. The downward movement of the sleeve operates throttle valve at the other end of the ball crank lever is increases the supply of the working fuel, and thus the engine speed is increases. So when the balls are coming down, when the balls are decreasing of the speed, throttle valve open. When the throttle valve open, the increasing of the fuel supply. So that once the fuel supply is more to the engine, so that the engine is providing sufficient power sufficient power to the vehicle, so that the engine will provide the sufficient power. At that time the speed is would be increases on that vehicle. In other cases, the extra power output is provided to the balancing of increasing load. So load increase కొద్ది ఏమవుతుంది, power కూడా increase కావాలి. So power also should be increases. So in order to increase the power, the fuel supply is more, right? Fuel supply is more. To supply the fuel, the throttle valve will be open. Through the throttle valve open, the fuel more fuel consumption. I mean that increasing the supply of the working fluid to the engine. This is what it is taking this. This is Cairo meeting when done.
హలో చెప్పుకోరులో సార్ క్లాస్ చెప్తున్నాడు ఆన్లైన్లో. హలో
Next.
సార్ ఆన్లైన్లో క్లాస్ చెప్తున్నాడు.
Next,
హలో
when the load on engine is decreases, when the load on the engine is decreases,
చెప్పండి.
the engine and the governor speed is
సార్
increases.
ఆన్లైన్ క్లాస్ చెప్తున్నాడు.
The engine and the
1 hour
governor
వరకు
speed increases,
ఇప్పుడే స్టార్ట్ చేసినాడు.
which results in the
ఏం
increases
చెప్పాలా?
the centrifugal force. When the
ఫోన్
load on
చేయమన్నా సార్.
engine decreases, engine the load decrease అయిందంటే the engine and the governor speed is increases. సో గవర్నర్ స్పీడ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. ఇంజిన్ స్పీడ్ డిక్రీజ్ అయిందంటే గవర్నర్ స్పీడ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. which results the increases of the centrifugal force. Centrifugal force also will be increases. Thus the ball moves outward. So this moves outward because centrifugal force is more. That is why it is the balls are rotating outward direction. When the load is decreases, the balls inside inward the direction. When the load is decreases, the balls outward the direction. The sleeve rise upwards. Right, this sleeve will get a rise upwards. This upward movement of the sleeve reduces the supply of the working fluid. Right, so when the fuel is when the centrifugal force is more, the sleeve will get upward. So at that time the throttle valve will be closed. Throttle valve will be closed. So whenever the throttle valve is about to close, the fuel supply is decreases. So once the fuel supply is decreasing, the speed output is reduced. The speed output is reduced. So that is what the working principle of over here. So this is the sleeve. I'll explain through this diagram also, you can understand. So this is the diagram. So very initially, you just assume that very initially this is the situation. The power is coming from engine. The power is coming from engine. So once the power is coming from engine through the bevel gear, it will be reached to the balls. So when the load is increases on the vehicle, the engine cannot be produced lot amount. The engine cannot be produced lot amount of power. At that time, the power cannot be transmitted here. So whenever the power is not produced to the fly balls will get a less amount of centrifugal force. Right, fly balls will not rotate it properly. Whenever the fly balls are not rotating properly, this sleeve will get a downward direction. So sleeve will reach to this up to this. So whenever the sleeve is reaching to downward direction, at that time the lot amount of load is there on the vehicle. So large amount of load is there on the vehicle. At that time the sleeve will get a downward direction through Belconk lever. This throttle valve will be like this position. It will be a open position. So whenever it is a open position, the fuel supply through this throttle valve will be more. The fuel supply is more. So whenever the fuel supply is more, the amount of fuel supply is reached to the engine, so that engine power would be increases on that. Engine power would be increases on that. This is the one case. Say for example, when there is no load on the vehicle, the engine is rotating, the engine is producing lot amount of power, more amount of power. That amount of power is reached to the bevel gears. Through that bevel gears, it will be reached to the spindles. So the spindle will get a more number of revolutions. So whenever the spindle is rotating at high rate, the fly balls also will rotate it at high rate. The fly balls also rotate it at high rate, so that there is a more centrifugal force. So whenever the centrifugal force is more, the sleeve will get upward direction. Sleeve will be reached to the S direction, S up to mark of S, so that the bell crank lever will be closed here. The bell crank lever will be operated here, and the bell crank lever will be try to close the throttle valve like this position. So whenever the throttle valve is about to close, the fuel supply will not get a more. The fuel supply will not supply to the engine. So whenever the fuel supply is cut off here, so that the engine speed will be reduces. So whenever the engine speed is reducing, this also will be reduces, this also will be reduces, and the sleeve will get a mean position over here. Sleeve will get a mean position here. So the total working principle is followed by throttle valve. In order to operate the throttle valve, the fly balls are using here. In order to operate the throttle valve, the fly balls are using here. Why the throttle valve has to operate here? To supply the fuel. Whenever it is required large amount of fuel, it will supply large amount of fuel. When load is there, whenever there is no load on the vehicle, less amount of fuel has to supply. So in order to supply the less amount of fuel, the throttle valve will be operated by using of a centrifugal balls. That is the working principle of what? Working principle of governor. Right. So this is about governor. So governor is a one device which is using for producing of mean speed on the vehicle, mean speed on the engine. So whenever there is no load condition, the speed of the governor will be increases, so that the fuel supply will be cut to reduce the engine speed. So whenever there is a load on the vehicle, the engine speed will be reduces. In order to increase the engine speed, the fuel supply is more. So that is the one case, right? So next, coming into that VAT governor, because as I already take you through that classification of governors. So there are two classification of governors: centrifugal governor and inertia governor. So under that centrifugal governor, pendulum type governor is a one, and load type governor is a one. So under that pendulum type governor, I am going to handle this. I'm going to continue through the VAT governor. So let's see how VAT governor is working. So after that, we'll go through that Potar governor and Proel governor. So very initially, we'll through that VAT governor, how the VAT governor is working here. See here, this is the VAT governor. The VAT governor is a one kind of governor which is under centrifugal governor, pendulum type governor, centrifugal pendulum type governor. The simplest form of the centrifugal governor is a VAT governor. So it is a basic governor and the simplest governor as shown in figure. It is basically conical pendulum with links attached. It is basically conical pendulum. Is right. It is a pendulum type. It is a conical pendulum with links attached to the sleeve of the negligible mass. So the mass is provided on the links itself. The mass is provided on the links itself. Right. The governor may be connected to the governor. The governor may be connected to a few points here. The pivot P. Where is pivot P? This is the pivot P. The pivot P may be on the spindle axis as shown in figure. The pivot P on spindle axis. This is the spindle axis, right? This one is the spindle axis. You can see that pivot P is connected on the spindle axis. So this one is the spindle axis. Spindle axis. Next, the pivot P may be offset from the spindle axis. So offset from the spindle axis is nothing but the spindle axis is passing through the center of the governor. So what is the distance is there from this side? Same distance will be taken place at this side. So that is why it is a offset. That is called as a offset from that, right? So once we calculate the forces off of the side, the remaining side of the forces also same. The remaining forces also same. So that is why in these cases, in these governors, we were always try to conduct the problems on offside only, one side only. So once we'll calculate the one side forces, then the opposite forces also same, other side forces also same, because it is a offset, because the governors are offset forces, right? So that is the one. When the spindle axis offset from the spindle axis, and the arms when the produced intersect at O, the arms will produce intersect at O. This is the intersect O. So here you can see that the intersecting of O. This is the point of intersecting O, right? So yes, so that also you can see that figure diagram. The pivot P may be offset, but arms cross axis at O. Arms cross axis at O as shown in figure C, right? So this is the simple diagram. So VAT governor is a one. VAT governor is a simple diagram. VAT governor is a offset diagram also. Offset is governor also. Offset governor is nothing but the forces are same at both sides. once we calculate the out one side. See here, this is the one and this is the one link. So two links are there. So I'll take you that what are these links are. See the diagram. See, this is the arm. Same thing, you just note down this. This one is the arm. This is the one link, right? Here P is there, pivot P is there. This one is the arm. This one is the link. So two different names are there. You please remember this. This is the sleeve. This one is the spindle. Spindle is nothing but shaft. Spindle, arm, links. Spindle, arm, links, sleeve. Right? So that you have to remember. Here also I'll take you that. Right. See here. This one is the what? This one is the arm. This one is the what? This one is the link. This one is the link. This one is the what? This one is the shaft. Right? Shaft or spindle. Spindle also will call it is. This is shaft or spindle. This one is the ball and this one is the ball. So ball is having mass, right? Ball is having mass. Mass is converting into weight, W. W is equal to M into G. M into G. This one is the centrifugal force, which force is acting outward direction. So on the arm there is a tension T. On the link also there is a tension. It is also T. Right. So you can take one is a 1, another is a 2, T1 and T2. So that I'll take you through the next steps. Right. Next to come into this. So there is a mass of the ball. Which one is, this is the mass of the ball, right? Mass of the ball in kgs. Mass of the ball in kgs. So weight of the ball, M into G. So weight of the ball. This is the weight of the ball. So already it is represented the weight of the ball towards downward direction due to G, due to gravity. So W is equal weight of the ball, which is represented in newtons, right? K newtons. Then T, tension in the arm in newtons, tension in the arm. So here is the tension in the arm, right? So tension in the link also will consider, so that I'll update it to you later. So just at this time you just remember. So T is nothing but tension in the arm. So W is nothing but angular velocity radian per second, because the balls are rotating in the angular direction, in the rotating of circumference of direction. So you can take that Fc is equal to m omega square r. Fc is equal to m omega square r, because it is a circumference. M omega square r. Omega is nothing but angular velocity of ball, angular velocity of the balls. Next, r is nothing but radius. This is the radius from spindle or from axis to ball, ball axis to ball, that is called as a r. Fc is nothing but centrifugal force, m omega square r. H is nothing but height of the governor. So from P to center of the ball, it is a h. From B to center of the ball, it is a h. So these are the parameters. So first parameter is what? Mass of the ball. Mass of the ball is converted into weight of the ball. That is the one. Next, centrifugal force. Fc is equal to m omega square r. So omega, m is nothing but mass. Omega is nothing but angular velocity. R is nothing but radius. This is the radius. This one is the pivot. This one is the tension. Tension on the swing. So these are the parameters which we have to remember here. Right. So one is T, tension in the arm. Next, second one is Fc, centrifugal force. Third one is angular velocity, radius. then mass and weight. Mass and weight, these are the important parameters here, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 parameters are there. So let's learn one by one. Now come to this, a small derivation, because we want to know, we had to start, solve the problems. So in order to solve the problems, we need to derive the one formula. To get that formula, we are going through that small derivation. So it is assumed that weight of the arms, it is assumed that the weight of the arms links, arms are nothing but upward direction, links are nothing but downward, right? And the sleeves are negligible as compared to weight of the balls, as compared to weight of the balls. Now ball is equilibrium under the action of, see here, under the action. What the statement is taking that, right? So here already I taken you through that this diagram. This is called as a arm, because arm is also some mass, arm is also having some mass. This one is the link, right? Link also is having some mass, right? And this is the spindle, spindle is also having some mass. So these masses are, we are negligible, these masses are, we are not considering, because we are negligible, we are we are not considering this, right? Fully avoiding these kind of masses. Only these ball masses we are considering, ball masses we are considering. Compared to ball masses, these three kind of masses are negligible here, negligible condition here, right? So that is what here, arm we are not considering, link mass also we are not considering, spindle mass also we are not considering. If these masses are considering, we were not calculating of the forces here, centrifugal forces here. So that is why, in order to produce the centrifugal force, the ball mass is required. So the ball mass is considering as it is, and other masses are not considering, other masses are not considering. That is the statement here, right? That is statement. It is assumed that weight of the arms, links and sleeves, that means that shaft, are negligible as compared to weight of the balls. So weight of the balls we are considering, other masses are we are not considering, other mass or weights are not considering. Now ball is equilibrium under the action. The centrifugal force acting on the ball, tension is arm, tension in the arm, weight in the ball, right? So you have centrifugal force is there, because there is a weight is there. That is why the balls are producing centrifugal force. So when there is a centrifugal force, the tension is acting on the springs, the T tension is producing on the springs. So taking moment about O, taking moment about O, what will happen? Fc into H, W into R. I'll take this diagram so that you can understand easily here. Right. Just consider here. 1 minute, 1 minute. See here, this one. So what is this? This one is the FC, horizontal force. This one is the vertical force. This one is also tension. So tension have been revolving here. This is the tension force. This one is the tension force. So you just be that this is the vertical force and this is the horizontal force. But I'm taking here, this is the height, right? Height of the ball, height of the ball. So FC into H. What is this? This is FC in vertical force, movement about force into distance. This is the maximum height. This is the H, right? FC into H is equal W into R. This is the R. So moment about to pivot O, I'm taking moment about to O. So if what horizontal force into vertical force into horizontal distance. FC into H is equal W into R. This tension I'm not considering right now. So I'll take in the future classes. Right. So what is FC here? M omega square R into H is equal. So what is W? W is nothing but weight of the ball. So weight of the ball is converting into that M into G, mass into gravity into R, right? So H is equal to what now? So here mass is getting cancelled and mass is getting cancelled, right? Omega square is there and G is there. R is also getting cancelled and R is also getting cancelled here, right? Both R's are getting cancelled. Then H is equal to what? H is equal to G by omega square. H is equal to what? G by omega square. So we know that omega is equal to what? 2 pi nt by 60. Already we written here. So the omega is substituting over here. So that after that 9.81 by 2 pi n by 60 whole square. So which is making after that 895 by n square. So H is equal to what now? Formula is 895 by n square. 895 by n square. So this 2 pi n by 60, 60 square, 300, 3600 of sending up the after that. So after solving of this total, we have a final equation. We have a final formula 895 by n square. Very simple here. Very simple here. Just I'm considering moment about P, couple about P. So when I'm taking that couple about P, horizontal force into vertical distance, horizontal force FC into vertical distance H, and W is nothing but vertical force into particular distance, perpendicular distance R, right? So FC is nothing but omega square R already, but you know that W is equal to M into G. After that getting cancel, mass and radiuses are equal, right? Mass and radiuses are equal here. Then rest of that H is equal to G by omega square. Omega square is converting into 2 pi n by 60. So 895 by n square. This is the formula. The formula is for what? Watt governor. The formula for watt governor. So in order to calculate the height of the ball or height of the governor, right? In order to calculate the height of the governor on watt governor, so the formula is 895 by n square, right? N square. This is what the formula is. Very simple. So just considering forces and with respect to that, we are doing here a simple problem here. A simple problem here. Just to see this. Calculate a vertical height of the governor, vertical height of a governor. The kind of governor is a watt governor. So in the problem, clearly he will mention that type of the governor, kind of the governor. So with respect to kind of the governor or type of the governor, your problem has to start. Your problem has to start by you people, right? That is why I'm asking you to that clearly study the problem. So what is the problem statement is? The problem statement is it is a one kind of governor. The kind of governor is a watt governor. When it is rotates at 60 rpm, n is given 60 rpm. Also find the changes in vertical height when its speed is increases 61 rpm. So very initially it was a 60 rpm, so which indicating that n1. So at that time there was a some height. We don't know that height. Then after that it has been reached to the N2, which is called as a 61 RPM, right? So by changing of 1 RPM, what is the height of the governor? By changing of 1 RPM, one speed, 1 RPM speed, what is the height of the governor, that we have to take care. So we know that initial height h1 is equal to what? The formula is 895 by n1 square. 895 by n1 square, right? So 895 by n1 square is nothing but 60 square. So which is equal to what? 0.284 meters. So it is a ready-made formula from previous chart. From previous chart, 895 by n1 square. Just n1 is given, speed is given, that I'm substituting here, so that I have a weight of 0.28. And also the change in vertical height. What is the change in height? H2 is equal to what? 61. H2, to find out the H2, N2 is equal to what? 61. So after that 0.24. So what is the total changes here? H1 minus H2, 0.248 minus 0.24. So this is the height, it has been changed. It is the height, it has been changed by taking off 1 RPM. 1 RPM. How much? 0.008. How much? 0.008. So likewise, we have to solve the problem. So initial speed is given, final speed is given, with that changes of the speed as calculated here, right? So this is the one way of calculating of the problem. Very simple problem this is. Next, tomorrow I'll start port or governor. So today we have seen that what is governor, how governor working principle is taking place. So types of governors, under that pendulum type and weight type. So pendulum type is a one, that is a watt governor. Then load type governors are there. So load type governors are two types of: dead weight governor and spring controlled governor. So dead weight governor and spring controlled governor, next class we'll see this. That is called as a portar governor. So once portar governor is starting, then it's a belongs to what? It's a belongs to load weight, load governors, right? So, and also I'm running out of time. So tomorrow I'll continue with the portar governor, right? So VAT governor is completed. Governor, this is the governor working principle. So this you have to remember every time. Always you have to remember this. Where the arms, links, spindles, spindle, sleeve, throttle valve. So once you remember all those things, then you can write by your own, right? So this is the one. Okay, guys. I'm also running out of time. I'll continue in the next class. Right? Next class I'll start by portar governor. Okay. Bye. Have a nice day.